That is a death sentence.
It's sugar glass in that Wonka Vader too. There's very little
Gets
surface
too high.
tension. That's right. Too high,
Just melts.
becomes very, very brittle. It gets too hot.
You cook inside
That's
of it. You smell. Is it who's
But you're
roasting
delicious
pork?
because you're candy coated because of the glass.
It's like Easter Sunday, baby. You're honey glazed ham in that thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Just
Now
like
you're really.
one big bone right through the middle of it. I like to think of myself as a honey glazed ham with just a solid single bone through the middle.
Real thick, real
Mhm.
hollow.
Thick. I got those net marks on me too.
Oh man, Goth Night was great.
Oh yeah.
Yep, all those hams.
I got done my shift at the docks and I thought I'll just head right on over to Goth Night.
That's right. Just wrap this around.
Just
Hell, I already have it.
I mean, hell, it's good enough for the fish, ain't
That's
it?
That's right. I can wear it too.
What's this motion up?
That's how you wear. That's where a fishnet.
That's how you wear the fishnets.
Yeah, like this. You have to flap them.
Because they're not. I mean, they're all loose.
Right,
That's the
exactly.
problem.
Yeah, you got to keep. You move them along. It's almost like a seal. Like
Yeah.
like locomotion.
You just push your belly, flop your belly around.
If that ain't the truth,
That's how I get through most of my life. Honestly,
that's how I've tried to anyway. But
it's been working.
well,
We made it. We made it this far.
We've made it this far.
No one can deny that we made it this
Dust
far.
top off here a little bit. There we go.
It's getting a little dusty.
No, actually, I think it's just a shadow, but it's okay.
That's
it doesn't
fine.
matter.
We are dusty though. We're dusty and old. We don't have any good references either. I don't do any. I don't diligently like go looking for new content to talk about. Update my references. I don't have anything
I'm
new
not
to say.
interested in anything else.
This is all
what
just
I've done is
reiterations.
so good. I just want
I've
to
done it
keep
all.
doing it forever.
I'm finally solidifying into middle age where
Yeah.
I think I'm right about everything.
You know
I
what?
don't like the new generation. I don't want to hear from them anymore. They're dumb.
I'm
They
telling
don't
you.
have anything good to say. Although I did see some stuff. It's silly. I think older people do get a little bitter about younger people
Sure.
because they're like, I was already walked through that time of my life.
Yeah.
You know, and I saw some video about like Gen Z was talking about how millennials, kids are so out of hand.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, yeah, but this is all anecdotal, empirical evidence, which if you study like the scientific method, that's the weakest of the types of evidence. You
Right,
should not
sure.
be inciting empirical data. It has to be repeatable. It has to be over, large enough samples.
No.
You're biased at that point, and it can't be used.
They're too angry to worry about all
right.
of that.
It's all just this. Yeah, it's just this this emotional. It's funny. I mean, older generations are always going to criticize younger and vice versa, but
That's it.
I think I just feel like I am slowly like losing touch with the way that younger people see, because I'm just so far beyond that point.
It happens real quick.
And I'm not a boomer either, though,
Real
so I'm
quick.
not like fucking. I'm not over here destroying our country and getting
Yeah, I mean,
like either getting rich off of my home that I didn't spend a lot of money on,
right, exactly.
or holding office and falling asleep in the middle of our press conferences and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that Mitch McConnell.
Oh man,
I heard someone call him Glitch McConnell.
That's a good modification. I like that one.
Yeah,
that's good. All right. Well, now that we've talked about all the stuff that we had to say, let's start the show.
I had an emotional reaction to that. This week I'll try not to. Last week I did like a lawnmower pulling action, and I just busted the fuck out of my arm.
That's right. Yeah.
On this radiator back here, which is like the solid steel ancient radiator.
Yeah, it's like 3 inches thick.
This thing is running for office when Mitch goes.
That's right.
That's how fucking old it is. That thing is tough as shit. So yeah, I bruised my arm for a couple days.
All you got to do when it comes to the race is you just take Mitch McConnell and you throw him down the hallway and see how many people he knocks over. Then you take this radiator and you throw it down the hallway and see how many people it knocks over. Whoever gets more wins.
I guarantee you, whenever that thing hits,
yep,
those people will not be going to work the next day.
We're doing Alabama rules. This is how it works. This is Southern
Whoever
justice.
draws the most blood wins.
Pass out the crayons. Go.
Come on.
Go now.
Introduce us. Let's go.
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, could I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. gate, and then... Wait! What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened. This corner weighing in at 180 pounds. Darkness, everybody!
You've got a dirty, whorish mouth.
A fucking amateur. Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay, then. Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.
You tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight. Okay.
Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt.
Every week he recoils.
It's like the scene in Back to the Future where Marty just turns everything all the way up on the speaker, just blows his. He can't hear the rest of the movie. Fortunately, he just grew up with a deaf sister that lives in the attic that they don't never show.
That's exactly it.
Could I have some food? He's like, shut the fuck up there. Shut the fuck up!
I'm trying to play guitar.
Eat your gruel.
Fucking slave over that gruel.
No one talks about you and no one talks to you either.
There's a reason for that.
You're a family shame living in the attic. You're lucky we throw any slop to you. Fucking disgrace. With your very common disability.
I'm sorry, Chuck. Are you still there, Chuck? This is your cousin, Marvin Berry.
It almost put a wedge right between the family because George McFly was like, I know you let Biff fuck you because I don't have genes that are that inferior. Biff must have gotten his way with you.
There's some. I recently saw the deleted scene for Back to the Future from the first. I think from the first one, and it really casts the whole thing in like a lot darker of a light.
Oh,
where,
God, yeah.
where Doc and Marty are talking, and he's like, I don't know if I can make out with my mom, and Doc's trying to talk him into it.
You got to do it, Marty.
You got to do it, Marty. He's like, what do you need?
Some
Whiskey?
What do you need to get fucked up? Let your mom have her way with you, Marty. Do it for all of us.
Don't you know Mother knows best? Come on,
There's worse ways to save the universe than getting your dick wet. Now, God damn it, son. You haven't seen what I've seen. Mom or not, she hasn't conceived you yet. You might be half of what's inside of her already, but I'll be damned if I'm going to get shredded and torn apart from the inside out through the fabric of time and space just because you don't want to kiss your mom.
It's not wrong. It's recycling.
You already touched all of it at some point or another. Okay? Just pretend like this is when you were an infant, Marty.
Hell, the doorman will probably recognize you.
What do you want me to dress like a doctor and slap you on the butt when you're done? Because I'll do it. I'm trying to save the universe.
I'll go back to doctor school so that I can learn how to slap you on the butt properly.
I'm a doctor, but it's in it's in cerebral and engineering only.
That's right.
I don't know how to do medicine.
Limited studies, yeah, with the tuition that was available.
He does apparently have like a great fortune and an estate that he basically like squandered away. Trying to become a famous inventor.
Right, the Browns, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the football team, I guess.
It was the football team, yeah. That's why they do so terribly every year.
Well, you know, sometimes you can make it, sometimes you just run out of time, and that's, I think, the situation that he was in.
Doc having money was not part of the space-time continuum continuing.
Yeah. Right, exactly right.
What was happening was either basically, I don't know why the director or the writers were so obsessed with this idea, but somebody was getting raped.
Yeah,
that's pretty much.
That's all it is, but in time.
Was it going to be
outside of space time?
I mean, if you think about it, if things went the way that they went in Marty's original time, doesn't Biff is after Lorraine already? It's not like this is a new. He just noticed her.
Right.
He was already trying to fuck her. There is no way he wasn't going to rape her. That's the dark hidden truth of that movie.
Yeah, there's some undertones.
I would guarantee you in a real world scenario, Biff definitely raped that woman. There is no question in my mind because he basically did it at the dance
in the original timeline.
Yeah, he did. And that's why he comes over to his house and just helps himself to beers all the time and shits all over.
So here's the
George.
question: is the incest justified? Who's saving her from the rape? Man, if that's
Now
not a
you're-
Kobayashi Maru.
This is a trolley
How
problem
about
right here.
that one?
Which switch do you flip?
You gotta make a choice, buddy.
You either fuck your mother, she gets raped by Biff, or Chuck Berry never writes Johnny Be Good.
And he just pees on people anyway.
Was that a real thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Is he the R. Kelly of his time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Holy
yeah,
fuck,
There's
was he
video,
really?
video
There's
of him.
video of him peeing on people?
Yeah.
Well, like private videos of his in his own spare
Yeah.
time, or
Yeah.
was this like full on during a concert?
No, it wasn't during a concert.
Okay.
I love that you asked that question sincerely. I would love to see that. That would be hilarious.
You guys probably aren't ready
Oh,
for that, but your
that's right.
kids,
Yes, your kids are gonna love it.
Are gonna love it. Just ask R.
Oh,
Kelly.
Christ. Yeah, exactly right. I mean,
Yeah.
the key is just to know when to get out.
Mhm.
That's the thing. It's just like anything
You
that
know, it'd be great.
skirts the law.
These disgraced celebrities all in jail. Why can't we visit them like they're in the zoo? I feel like that's something
Like
that we
public viewing, yeah.
we're missing that. I guess you can if you know where they're at,
Yeah,
but we should organize tours for that.
Yeah,
you know?
well, so here's the question,
Throw 'em
right?
scraps. And
When
stuff.
you become an inmate, right?
Mhm.
You you lose the right to consent.
Right, yeah.
and
You don't even have the right to vote.
You basically become property of the state.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the idea is that if it's property of the state, at that point, don't the citizens technically have some sort
We're
of
paying for them
legal
to.
right?
Our taxes are now paying for their
That's it.
survival
Well,
versus our
um,
our hard-earned money, which we're just like willingly giving them.
So I'm not saying that we need like a vending machine or something like that. I mean, but there could be all kinds of potentials that we could really turn this into a lucrative business.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't even know. I'm trying to think of a creative title, but
You need. So it would all just take place in California because that's where they're all incarcerated, basically.
right. Yeah, they
Like,
keep them local there.
You just have little groups that go. They go and they sign in. Streamlining the process is really what we're looking for.
Right.
Having someone who already knows how to do the little paperwork in the jails and
Mhm.
gets the visitation timing, the
Right.
schedule right.
right.
At this point, you hop over here, you see Bill Cosby, and then you can jeer them and boo them and stuff like that.
It can be a whole subset of Star Tours.
You can make them sign copies of their posters and movies that
This
they've
is
done,
what I'm
and
saying.
then just tear them up in front of their faces.
That's right.
Fuck you.
Nobody cares about
Fuck
you anymore.
You're all disgraced, you son of a bitch. You piece of shit.
That's it. You buy them like candy bars at the commissary and you just eat them in front of them.
Right in front of their faces.
This is mine now.
So good.
This is my least kind of favorite candy bar too. I'm just gonna eat this whole thing.
How's your butthole doing?
This is disgusting. Your favorite, though, I know. Your favorites are disgusting. That's why I ripped your picture out.
You can throw paper at them
Yeah,
and stuff like
Whatever
that.
you want. Yeah, the jeering, you're allowed to do all those things. That's
I
really
think you are allowed to do all that stuff. It doesn't really matter.
maybe. What I want to know is how do you think that Drew Barrymore feels knowing that like the strike concluded days after she folded with this the whole
Oh, enlighten me. I don't know this.
Okay, so she like she started working.
Did she fuck
again,
it up like she did in ET?
pretty
or
much?
she let it
pretty
all-
much
she let
like
it
right
all
at the end.
slip?
Like if she would have waited like 5 more minutes, sort of thing.
It's like the ending of The Mist.
She's got to be regretting.
Oh my god! Oh, that's such a missed. Sorry, just a real quick sidebar. That's
Yeah.
such a missed opportunity. Thomas Jane was at the Monster Mania. I
Mhm.
should have done like a photo op where I was like dead and he was holding like a prop gun and he
Right.
just was like crying.
Yeah.
Ah! Like he just shot me and
Yep.
he didn't really need to.
Nope,
Anyways,
so
go on.
close. No. She just got like royally fucked over.
So
now
what did she
because of-
do that she?
I forget what she
Did-
she
was she
started
become-
working on a project
Okay, without there being a.
right before they concluded
conclusion.
the strike.
Okay.
And so, but then like 5 days after she did this, and she was like, I'm sorry. She like did an apology, whatever. And
Yeah.
like, no, it's too late now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think she's regretting that at this point.
is it going to hurt her career?
Yeah. Oh, it's already hurt her career.
Did she like lose a show or? Did she,
I don't think she lost the show, but
She's
like a
got
bunch
some-
of the projects she was working on, because I mean, all the other people who were
Oh
in
yeah,
SAG are
they
just
weren't her
like,
first. She
Nope.
wasn't their first choice. So they're just like, move out of the way.
Yeah, just
She,
step aside.
here's the thing too. It's so funny. Like these people who have only that's all they know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see people just quietly disappear and fade away.
This is
Those are like the ones that I respect a lot because they made their money. They're not greedy. They just kind of back off, and they can always do like they're still working on stuff. They're
They
still
can host
working
a talk
in movies.
show. They can
They
host
can
a
work
game
in
show.
theater.
There's
Yeah, they
so
can go to
many
game
things.
shows.
There's
They
so many things they can do.
They can do a lot of different stuff. You can just do like cameos.
Right.
You can go to conventions.
Oh hell
If
yeah.
you want to keep working, you can still work in theater. You can still work behind the scenes, and
Right.
you can also be in like small time stuff.
Yeah, if you got the bug.
Yeah, it's whatever. Like, but Drew Barrymore clearly just doesn't know a world where she's not the center of the fucking world.
This is
And
it.
so she can't just like quietly shut the fuck up. And this
No.
is the same problem that a lot of these celebrities have when they start mouthing off about stuff that
Right.
gets them in trouble.
Right.
Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. Like, how do you not know that? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I think it's just this fundamental misunderstanding that like what they are, that they believe that they are more important just because they have more visibility.
Right.
Yeah, they're
exactly
not.
right. Just because you're up there doesn't mean that we really want to hear anything
No.
else other than do your
Nope.
little lines. Tell us the joke again.
Yeah, and
Right.
what's funny is they'll say they'll be famous for lines that they didn't fucking write.
Exactly.
They'll
right.
just repeat other people's
It's
words.
just because, yeah, exactly right. They've regurgitated it on film.
Mhm.
It's you want to be one of those celebrities that just gets that like cold chill down their spine every time somebody Googles their name. You don't want to be in any headlines. You don't want anybody to be talking about
Yeah.
you. Just quietly dealing with your thing.
But like that would, if she just could have just not worked
right.
and just sat there on her millions
all,
of dollars.
Yeah, all you had to do.
Her millions, so rightfully so. Fuck her.
Yeah.
There's people out there who are like starving and we're like, yeah, I'm trying to
Right.
ensure that my future and the future of like being an actor is one that's fair.
Right.
They're trying to just renegotiate the way that they get paid.
Yeah.
I mean, how hard is that?
Well,
But she's so out of touch with it. It's
well,
so
and that's
stupid.
the thing. Yeah, too far removed, I guess, is the
Mhm.
bottom line with everything.
I haven't liked the thing she's been in since like ever.
No,
I can't think of anything that she's in that I really like besides Donnie Darko, but that's not because she's in it.
Right.
She just happens to be there.
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
a-
case with her.
She's a cursory thing, so it just happened to be along for the ride. Yeah, it's a. I don't know. I think that this whole thing it's all over and done with. But I was just contemplating that, like, oh yeah, that's right. She did that just like a couple days before everything. I love when those. I've talked about this already. I love when things it's like a movie, but like something like bad. I love it. I love when that happens in real life because it's it's like that perfect like Shakespearean twist where it seems like everything's going to work out and then the worst thing makes the bottom fall out and it all goes to shit. I love when that happens. It always makes me smile and laugh. And I just think that was one of those circumstances for her. So it's good. It's good as far as I'm concerned.
Well deserved. And guess what? She can cry into
Come
her
on,
piles
right
of
on
money.
down. That's exactly right. Dry your eyes. Dry your eyes with those Benjamins, baby. You'll be just fine. Don't you worry none. Don't you worry at all. But
That's right.
so I don't know.
I was driving back home today, and I saw this. It was this van. They didn't use their turn signal or whatever. It was this like this Italian like Gennaro's or something like that. It's like the best pizza and pasta from from South Philly to South Jersey, and I'm like, okay, great.
Right.
Had a New Jersey plate on it, hence the poor driving.
Yeah.
And I was looking in the rearview mirror because we were stopped at a stoplight. I was looking into their side mirror where I could see their face, and it was fucking Santa Claus.
God damn it.
So now I know where the fuck he's been.
He's delivering pizzas the rest of the year.
That's what I figured.
He already has the delivery thing down.
yeah.
They're like, God damn it. And that's why he's all the way in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
He's like, we're all in this area of Philly to New Jersey, but we'll come down to York.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Fuck it. You want a pie?
That's right. I'm Santa. Not like I can't get here in time.
I use Uber, but it's magical.
It's Uber magic.
That's
yeah.
right.
It's a whole other level. It's above Uber Black.
Uber magic. It's only for mythical creatures.
Oh, yeah.
Whimsical fairies. And
There's no doors on the car. So if you can teleport inside, you can use the service.
You're allowed to use
That's
it.
the only thing you can do, though. If you can't get through into the vehicle, you're out. You have
Sorry.
to. Sorry.
You slam head first in that thing and your head bounces off. Nope.
Nope. Yeah, you got to. You need to use like Uber, like.
You need to use Uber Peasant, all right? And it's you ride on the back of a homeless
How
man's
about
bicycle.
Uber hot air balloon?
Oh my fucking god! Would you get in a hot air balloon?
Hell no.
Fuck no.
I've had the opportunity.
Oh, you hate hot air
I've
balloons.
had the opportunity several times to do it.
Oh man.
I've had them land in the field next to my house.
Oh my god.
You know, they used to land there all the time down in Delta.
Really?
All the time. We at least
Jeez.
like 2 of them a year.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
That's way more than and even though it might sound like hyperbole where
Yeah.
you're saying all the time, tell me how many times a hot air balloon landed in your yard.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. And I mean
'Cause
this
2
literally.
Times, 2 times a year is a lot.
I'm talking like I've had like 40 or 50 hot air balloons land like right next to me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Now I know that you're freaked out by their presence in the sky because they're
Yeah.
these large,
slow moving.
yeah, things,
Mhm.
kind of a reminiscent of some kind of cosmic horror.
Right, exactly.
My fear revolves around the idea that I'm in a basket
This is true.
suspended in the fucking air on a balloon. I don't even like Ferris wheels. I can't
I love a Ferris
I can't
wheel.
handle a
Yeah,
Ferris
yeah.
wheel. It makes me really nervous to just be hanging in the sky. So being in a hot air balloon is like one of my worst nightmares. I think I'd rather, if you told me like I'll get shot in the head, I have to pick between these 2 things: skydiving
Right.
or hot air balloon. Skydiving, because at least that is over with like quickly. It's happening
So
fast.
you're gonna die skydiving, is what you're saying?
No, if I don't do one of the 2.
Oh, I see.
You'll-
You have to pick
I'll
one.
either
of the two. Okay.
skydive, ride in a hot air balloon, or get shot in the head.
I see. It's ABC. I didn't realize it.
Choice of 3s. 2 are all right, and the
Yeah.
other third one's pretty definitive. I don't know.
Right.
I think my instinct would be just shoot me because I don't really want to deal with it.
At least I get out of this world where people are asking these kind of questions at gunpoint.
I don't know what mistake I've made, but
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
don't
there's
know
no
where we
turning
are.
back
Yeah.
now.
I'm not sure who raped whose
This is-
mom or something. I don't know what happened here.
Some doctor did not convince a child to do something awful incestually with their parent. That's how I feel like the universe that I'm living in.
Sometimes
has
it lines
turned.
up. That it really does feel that way sometimes. Yeah, that's true.
It do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that. That's exactly what they say. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the hot air balloon thing, I just suspended in the air. No, that's a no for me, dog. Oh
Yeah.
God, there's a fucking stink bug on my microphone. Can you guys hear him
trying to
just
get some,
walking
he's trying to
along?
get some airtime. That's not going to work.
You're gonna have to
Flick him, flick him. You can't just do that.
No, I can't. Oh, I'm trying to be nice
It's
to him.
gonna get.
Get out of here.
It's all right. He has an exoskeleton.
That's true. It won't hurt him. I can't even bugs I despise. I can't really. I just don't have. I don't have it in me. I'm too
Oh.
soft. I'm like a wet noodle inside.
It's okay.
I'm nothing. I mean, wait, is this on the internet? I'm
Yeah,
hard. I'm hard as a rock.
I'm
I'm so hard right now.
I'm breaking through tables left and right.
I'm like Biff right now.
That's right. Exactly right.
I'm like Biff in front of Marty's mom.
Leave me alone, Grandma. I'll be back later.
I'm a criminal. I'm a villain. I'm a menace. That's probably one of the worst villains in cinema history in my mind.
I'd say
Because of that,
I can,
that little stitch in it. He didn't need
Yep.
to do. He could have just been like an aggressive bully who probably endured some abuse from his like
he got
parents
rough.
or grandmother,
Started grabbing.
where he's like a fighter in
Mhm.
the 1950s. All these kids were scrapping in the 50s.
Oh, sure.
They love telling you about it.
Yeah, the
fucking boomers.
They didn't have TikTok.
I knew
yet.
how to fight. Growing up my day, you needed to know how to fight.
That's right.
I had a bunch of scuffles with these fuckers.
Tell you what, we ruffled and scuffled all over the goddamn up and down the boulevard.
2 months we did it every day. Every day.
Swing it.
You want to look at this? That's a below the belt one. No, that's wrong. Have some integrity.
That's right, exactly right. We gotta get home for dinner.
So that's acceptable weirdly in our society.
It would be.
The little rape fold in there is just really hard to get over.
It does. It's a heavy bump.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of awful. It's kind of horrible. To the point where I can't.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of like I can't have anything to do with this
Like,
anymore.
Like I can't reconcile it, even if it is a fun movie. I wish they just edited that shit out.
Yeah, they
You
didn't
know?
edit
'Cause
enough of
Biff
it
is-
out. That's what it was.
And that's here's the thing. Biff probably deserved a lot worse of a fate than
Right.
just being relegated to having kind of a loser life.
What if instead they made it so that they had to like make out with his dad?
Who, Biff? His dad comes home after so many years absent. He left him. His last memory was his dad beating him over chewing gum too loudly. And then his dad comes in, grabs him by the ears, and he's like, I
love a man with muscles.
Look how strong my boy has become.
Back to the Future 4.
How about back to the drawing board? Why don't we just take a minute to just reflect on the fact that you wanted to put this in the script?
How about the moral quandaries that we're even broaching here? This might not be the best choice for us to make, but
there's so many untold deaths that happen as a side effect, a consequence of Marty McFly. I mean, saving his own existence, or even just him like meddling with the timeline and making his life moderately better.
Right.
And everyone's around him. Think about the fact that there's a domino effect that takes place all across every other aspect of the world. Because certain things happen, other things do. And then because certain things happen, other things cannot.
Yep.
Right? Think about that.
Exactly.
So, like, because you were in this place at this time, someone else either saw you there that wouldn't have otherwise, and that changes their thinking. Maybe just the fact that you're driving on a road influences someone to maybe crash and die, and maybe not even that direct.
As Biff's car was getting detailed after all the manure got dumped on it, that meant that this other person couldn't end up in the detail shop to get cleaned up.
Right.
And so they were out driving around. They got hit by a Mack truck. Two whole families never existed. And now,
boom, there goes
John F. Kennedy shot Dwight D. Eisenhower
in
Texas. It was crazy. It's like, what a weird switch. What a weird switch.
And that could happen even just from the ever so slightest change. That's why the whole what's that called? Like the predestination idea. That everything has to happen. So you going back in time is part of the overall ultimate timeline anyway. It has to be part of the forward momentum. If it's not, and you go meddling, but it's well known that
really throwing a wrench in things at that point.
The movie breaks all the rules that there ever were. Stephen Hawking watched it and he probably just like literally threw up. He literally stood up and he was like, "This fucking sucks," and then he sat back down like, "Well." That's how provocative the movie was for him. That's not how any of this works. Immediately goes right back down.
Immediately right back to zip zop. That's it.
Right back to full affliction from his degenerative disease.
Little did we know he chose to sit like that in the chair.
It was all just a guise to make himself look like somewhat more vulnerable.
He figured that people couldn't make fun of his ideas at all, and that he was always going to be right. It's all about that sympathy vote.
The cancel culture way ahead of it.
He was smart, all right, but he had street smarts.
He had some street smarts.
He knew how to turn a phrase, and he was like, "Yeah, British, yeah, sure, whatever."
I would even venture to say that was just like a Jim Henson Muppet in a chair. That was all operated by computers.
I'd say the day that he went into the chair is also the day Jim Henson died, in quotation marks. But there's an awful lot of space underneath of that chair.
There certainly is.
Almost enough room for a human body to fit.
I've seen a woman appear out of thin air into a chair before. Don't tell me that you can't have an operator down there working on it.
I've seen Stephen Hawking's mouth and his hand holding two separate cigarettes and bringing them to two different people's faces.
One's like going behind the chair, the other's going up to his mouth.
Your shoulders shouldn't bend that way, sir. Something's going on here. Perhaps it's time to reassess your tenure here at Harvard.
I don't know if Stephen Hawking is proof that God hates knowledge.
Oh yeah, he's been trying to stop it since Genesis, since day one. He's like, no, you can't look in there. Don't read that.
Don't eat that fucking
apple.
Don't
eat that. That's much.
God damn it! I gotta squeeze this one out like a raisin. God, son of a bitch. God. Dumb motherfuckers.
I love that part. That was my favorite part of Genesis. Shit.
It's in the King James 3.
That's it. Oh, rendition. Man, that's my favorite one. Don't do that. Don't eat that. Shit.
I'm really done fouling up this time.
God damn it.
Oh, Yahweh. Oh,
God, he's gonna be so pissed at me. These guys suck. I think I put the wrong size batteries in here. Something is wrong. I just love the idea of God shouting shit.
It's like it got away from him. Ever so slightly, just right out of his grasp.
He forgot to put his car in park, and he got out to get the mail, and it's rolling down the road. Oh my God!
Oh man.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to, like, speaking of that, are you allowed to like scream profanities if you're speaking in tongues? Like, do you get the pass? Fucking motherfucking God and shit.
The fucking devil sucks.
Jesus fucking Christ. This devil. The devil's a cunt.
No, I think maybe if you work that in, they would be like a little like, what did he say? No, that's I don't think he was speaking English. He's speaking tongues. That's
God
the idea.
damn it. It's like I really wanted to be Presbyterian, but I have to be Pentecostal because I have Tourette's.
Profane.
It's the only place where they'll accept me.
Let me tell you, God put the profanity in my veins. It beats through my heart every day. Yeah, I have to let those demons free every once in a while. Let me tell you what. Yep, I praise him as well as I slays him. So it's all about the sins and the wins. That's what I keep telling my pastor.
I'm like, God,
he won't let me in anymore.
Joe sandwich. I came in a can.
That's it.
Just slop down in for a
place me between a set of buns, and I'm ready to rock.
It's a low effort family
That's
dinner.
all we need. Yeah, there's no reason for all this extra preparation.
Manwich, what they call me. It's on my birth certificate.
Saint Manwich.
Saint Manwich. Never forget. I'm cheap, affordable.
Oh, let me tell you
a
what.
family.
That's it. And you can load me into one of those T-shirt guns. I don't know if you know the can's the same size.
My God.
Just in case you got to get it across, one of those like Hatfield and McCoy River situations.
Or maybe like the DMZ out in like North and South Korea.
Yeah, that's it. Well, you never know how tall the wall's going to be.
Eat, you little deprived people. Shall have the healing power of Manwich.
Your sister's not going to be coming home tonight. What happened? She had a can of Manwich that went through her skull.
This is why we hate South Korea. This is why Kim Jong-un.
We only eat fresh food in this house.
Eel? What is he? Which one is he?
He's Kim Jong-un.
Oh, Un. Okay.
Yeah, well, he's probably ill though. We don't know. It might be. We don't know how ill he is.
Wasn't there a theory that he was like dead?
Yes.
Like, is that like that he's like got Paul McCartney or what's that other? Who's that other celebrity that people say died? Was it like Ashley Simpson or something weird like that?
Ashley Simpson.
Or maybe it's Avril Lavigne. I can't remember.
Avril Lavigne is
that the one?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is
Avril pop stars. They're like they replaced her with a lookalike.
Well, I mean,
they say they did it with Paul McCartney too.
As you know, Avril Lavigne and Paul McCartney are the two most important musical celebrities of their time.
The voices of two generations.
Let me tell you what: if there's something that we if there's something that we needed to know, they were the ones telling it to us.
They're like the Walter Cronkite of the music world.
Let me tell you what: if I didn't learn about Skater Boys,
that was an important lesson to learn.
I needed that lesson because I was unaware of the Skater Boys at that point.
So they're trifling.
Well, let me tell you what, the trifling was reaching levels of obscurity at certain points in the 90s. Luckily, we had the secret vice president, Avril Lavigne, there.
Or did we, though? That's the question.
Well, it depends upon what the KGB was working on at that point. If they had already made the infiltration, we don't know.
Oh, I have to tell you this news. I don't even think I texted this to you. I found out that, I think I may have. Alex Jones made his own video game.
You sure did, and I haven't played it yet.
It's on. I think it's called NWO Wars.
Yes.
.com or something.
Yes.
It's basically there was this game that came out. It's like Contra, like a side-scrolling old game, but they've updated that ever since. It's got that like Super Nintendo kind of vibe to it.
Totally.
Though.
Yeah.
It really looks like this game called Broforce, which came out a few years back,
Mm-hmm.
which is really fun. I recommend it. But he's just screaming insane conspiracy theorist quotes about frogs turning gay. Like he's doing the hits.
Yeah,
and he's saying all kinds of other weird shit. You fight weird bosses like George Soros. And
I was going to say that the best part is that all the politicians and like these moguls that he's turned into monsters. It's so amazing.
I love that.
So amazing.
I love the absurd the fucking superlative like nonsense.
Oh yeah. It's
that basically embodies what his show actually is.
Exactly.
There is almost no exaggeration
right.
between the game and his actual show.
This is the world that Alex Jones sees. That's what it is. You're just getting a window into his mind. He's reverse peepholing it for once.
It's the natural evolution. I'm pretty sure you're him running around with different guns,
you
shirtless.
Are. Yes.
Like he just in his all of his like tubby,
The best part is though in the commercial for the game, he yells for a long period of time, but you can tell that he's doing it like as an act. Like he doesn't have any energy behind it, and it just goes to show you the fact that he had nothing to do with this at all.
Oh, not a thing.
They're just like, guess what we did.
Yeah.
All right,
let's slap your name on it.
That's right. Here you go.
Just like the bone broth.
Here you
and
go,
all the
Al.
other bullshit.
It's time. Yeah, it's time for you to get out your tactical bath. Yeah.
It's time for you to string up your neighbors,
That's
skin
right.
them,
Come
and
on.
eat them.
Yep, gonna eat their ass. Come on. You told them that's what you were gonna do. They're waiting.
That's his direct quote.
That's exactly right.
He'll say anything that you wouldn't believe it if you.
Sometimes that's what it takes to make a commitment.
That's right.
You just have to say anything that's going to make people second guess themselves.
I feel like it's morally I'm wrong to drive traffic towards this, but it's just too much of a spectacle. He must have a good marketing team now because those people know him having a video game of this nonsense.
Yes,
I want to play it.
Yeah, so do I.
I'm going to play it. I'm sorry, but
I'm not
I'll
sorry.
I'll donate to Sandy Hook victims.
double the amount of whatever the game is. Yeah,
that's right. I'll double it.
It cancels it out. Yeah,
cancel it out. I got to do that just to karmically be at peace. But other than that, I'm gonna check it out and I'll give you a review.
I can't wait.
I think of it.
I can't wait. Yeah, this is gonna be a gem. I'll tell you what else is gonna be a gem is some weird news.
I hope so.
Not really. Okay. There's some that are all right.
That's all right.
It was a bunch more garbage like usual, but there were a few things finally.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Well, let's find out together.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
Yeah, it will. Of course, it will.
Just
like us. It's gonna suck just like Marty sucked the face of his mother.
That's right. Right off. Ugh. She begged him for more.
Oh,
slut.
She was what's so fucked up is like she was so thirsty for him.
Yeah.
And yet when they actually physically made contact, you would think she would be weirdly like repulsed by him in some way.
She was.
No, like before then.
Oh, before
like all leading up to it.
Oh, you mean like at any point up until then?
Yeah, like you would think that would be a natural response, but
right.
It's fucking weird. Some people have weird thoughts, and these people
have weird
thoughts in their heads, dude. These writers.
I don't know if you knew about this, but
this is some news.
Inside of people's heads for some people, real weird.
You want to hear some weird news?
Let me tell you what.
Some people got weird
thoughts. The thoughts on the inside get real weird. We got nobody. We had one person float in and out, and it's gone. It's great.
I think Allison's busy. Allison's hanging out with her family because her sister's in town only till tomorrow. And then we're also started early too. So
it's
like
a family show.
Like Juan will probably pop in during weird news because we normally started.
That's normally when.
I love that we're playing to no one though. I love it.
Me too. It makes it. It's real. Makes it real. Yeah,
it's my best work is when I'm all alone.
Oh, that's me too. Me too. All right, here we go.
Man, I've been doing some research for our next film for Two-Headed Horror.
Yeah,
I've been watching movies like crazy, and they fucking suck ass, dude. I'll get into it with you later, but holy fuck, I'm trying to land on a movie for us to do this month. Once we do, I'll get all the stories and all the trailers and stuff organized for it.
Remember how we're doing the show, though. We're not going to do it all at once. We're going to do the movie review.
Yeah.
And then we'll do that stuff later. Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah, we can do it.
Cool.
We'll pick out some days to do it.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we got one.
Hello.
We got one. We got one on the line. All right, here we go.
Welcome to our humble show.
Let's do it. Here we go. Weird news.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news on the Kickstarter match.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used a witchcraft on me to get the fire off me! Oh, help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. The Human Torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has other shoes.
And now with this week's weird news, here's the match.
Here we go. Let's get the video up for our online
Ooh.
viewers.
You
Okay.
were.
No, there's none now. There's zero.
I love it. Okay, for those seeing it tomorrow or maybe the next day,
Or whenever you find it on YouTube or
maybe like
Face-
100 years from now.
Facebook. It could be 100 years. We don't know. How?
Ooh.
Welcome to the future.
You better get off Earth quick.
Let me tell
unless
you
you
what.
solved a lot of those problems that
Yeah,
have
yeah,
left you.
yeah. It's time to start packing your
Sorry.
bags. Yeah,
Sorry.
sorry about that. Hopefully, you figured out how to breathe in
I like
space.
recycled a lot of stuff.
Let
but
me
not
tell you
all
what.
of it.
I remember several times that I washed and reused plastic cutlery. So don't look
I
at me
can
like
attest-
I'm the problem.
I can attest to that. And you hardly ever throw anything away.
That's
so,
exactly right.
Yeah. If there's a landfill, it's right here under your feet.
That's exactly right. And it is called my home. Okay, let's see. For our first story, my mom's going to be glad to hear this one.
All
A
right.
104-year-old woman has died a little more than a week after she potentially broke the world record for the oldest skydiver.
Damn, dude.
She couldn't
She
get
got
it.
it.
She couldn't get it confirmed in time. Here's an image of her on her way to her funeral. This is inside.
Oh my
this is
God.
inside the hearse.
She
It
went
was a
back for
very-
round two.
It's a very,
And they just did just no parachute.
They're
She's like,
it's a different record though when you're a corpse. So
I can't beat that experience for the rest of my life. I'll
look at her.
just do
She's
it
got
one
two
more
different sized
time.
thumbs. That's what happens to you when you pass
That
100.
is when you get
Your
old
body
like that,
gets this. What's it? Asymmetrical. You know,
Yeah.
they don't. Things don't stay lined up as well.
It's the old saggy skin, which really kind of is a bummer about getting
I mean,
old.
that's got to look wild coming out of the plane. I mean, because it's all you got to. I mean, that's probably slapping the guide in the face.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's going all the way around the skull there.
Loose.
But Dorothy Hoffner jumped 13,500 feet from a plane with Skydive Chicago in Ottawa, Illinois. I don't know why, but that's where it is. On October 1st.
They're plugging their own business a little
Yeah, I guess, but it's in Ottawa. Why wouldn't it be in Chicago if it's
Oh.
strange?
Oh,
But
sure, yeah. I
so,
see.
uh,
It's
you know,
probably just right on the outskirts or something.
Yeah, maybe it might be a neighbor situation. On October 1st, she likely died in her sleep Monday at the Brookdale Senior Living Center, or maybe she was murdered
No.
by whoever else in Brookdale Senior Living Center is trying to defend the title of oldest skydiver.
That's true.
There
She
was an
lives one
episode.
more day.
There was an episode of Monk about this, and I'll tell you how it ends, just in case it helps any of the detectives. They had buried a time capsule with an incriminating letter because the guy had originally thought that they were only going to dig this up after 100 years.
Okay.
But then
Interesting.
some person who had like a terminal case of cancer, the mayor decided that if this person beat the thing or whatever it was, that they would dig it up early after
Okay,
only
okay.
20 years so that they could
Oh.
add another layer of something
Oh,
into the time capsule.
All right.
And so no, it was the guy. It was the old guy. If he survived to his birthday, then they would let him put another chapter of his book into there that he had put in
Oh.
the time capsule. And so the guy who put the incriminating letter about a murder he committed,
Uh-huh.
he went and killed the old guy the day before his birthday
Oh.
so that he wouldn't be able to dig up the time capsule and discover that he had
I mean,
committed the murder.
how
I'm
about
saying that this is what happened.
how about you do this instead of kill the guy?
Yeah.
How about you go and dig the time capsule up
Right.
and remove the incriminating evidence
Too-
and put it back
Too
in there,
risky.
and then no one would know what was changed because it's a time capsule. No one would know what was changed.
Too risky.
I-
Too risky. That it's better just to kill
Well,
someone.
It's a lot easier.
That's
His life
right.
was basically over.
They
Anyway.
had already worked their way through a lot of stuff at this point.
I'm not going to. You ever dig a hole that deep? It's way easier to kill a guy.
Way easier.
So much simpler.
Especially when they're
Flesh-
that old.
It's so soft, and
Yeah.
I took basically a pen
Yep.
Just
That's all
right
it
in the
took.
neck.
That's all it took. I just took the ink part out. It's just shot out of there like it was doing an oil change. So the associates at Brookdale Lakeview are deeply saddened by the passing of our resident. We were thrilled to see her continue to live with passion and purpose. Skydiving earlier this month at 104, proving that age is just a number. She'll be greatly missed. As you can see, apparently age was not just a number because
Hey,
she
look,
died. So because of this, yeah.
I contend that she could not find an experience that was matching the intensity of the joyful intensity of skydiving. So her body's just let loose.
They were like, you know what?
Let go.
This is nothing compared to staring down the face of the Grim Reaper every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I get up, I put on my face creams. Keeps me looking supple.
Bell tolls.
It's
and it's just a
like
skull
like, in the face cream.
In the mirror.
Not today.
Come get me, bitch.
Come on, you know it.
I've
been bobbing and weaving for 103 years and 11 months. Not a chance. Not a chance you're taking me this time.
She jumped out of a plane just to avoid it.
She's like, guess what, motherfucker? I'll see you on the ground. I'll see you 30,000 feet. How about that?
I just like to make him chase me through weird things.
It's all about the chase for me. It makes me feel alive.
I'm Jerry and he's Tom.
He is also nonverbal.
It's a bit vaudevillian.
That's
actually.
right. Never been tied down yet, but that doesn't stop him from trying. The Guinness World Record says they're still working to confirm that she broke the record of oldest person to jump from a plane. The current record belongs to a person from Sweden who was 103 and made the jump in 2022. So there's a lot of people working for this.
Stiff competition, and they're all. The older they get, the closer they get it to a plane.
Yeah,
to jump out of it.
And apparently, Hoffner made her first jump at age 100. So
so she's not a novice.
She's actively trying to die, and unbeknownst to her,
she's finally done it.
She would have been fine if she just would have waited, just like we were talking about at the beginning.
It's a good thing for the instructor that she didn't die in the air because, like, don't you evacuate your bowels when you die? So they
you
can covered in shit.
Yeah, you can.
And that's like nursing home shit. So it's like Jello.
Yeah, but if you have good enough aim, like you could just tilt your head forward, and you could just let the G-force just rip it out the pants legs,
unclip her, and kick her off to the side in the air.
We can't find her. Just wait a little bit. You'll see the flies.
Bam.
There they are.
You'll see the flies.
You'll know where to
You'll
go. Just
smell her.
Just
Follow
wait.
your
Just
nose.
wait till the sun comes out a little bit.
Look for where the buzzards are all circulating.
I'll tell you where the buzzards were also circulating. A large alligator was killed by officials after it was seen with human remains in its mouth.
Shit.
In a Tampa Bay area of Florida. Jamarcus Bullard. Jamarcus.
Was that the name of the alligator?
No, I wish that's a kick-ass name for an alligator, though. Jamarcus!
Don't let him get you in the death roll. Don't let him get Jamarcus. Let him go. Let him go.
Jamarcus down.
Drop it, Jamarcus.
Heel. Keeps hissing. That doesn't do anything. Doesn't even move. Oh my God! So
you said this is an alligator?
Yes.
Okay.
Jamarcus Bullard said he witnessed the horrific scene in the canal in an unincorporated Largo before reporting the sighting to authorities. When the scene turned gruesome, Bullard hit record on his phone. I threw a rock at the gator just to see if it was really a gator, and then it pulled the body like it was holding onto the lower torso, and it pulled it underwater.
Isn't it just so weird that, like, at any given time, a random person becomes a camera, like a camera.
Oh yeah,
operator.
at any possible moment.
Let me just record this for content and validation.
Exactly right.
And then weird shit happens that I guess it's just a matter of, like, it's averages.
Right.
You're gonna catch weird shit.
Yeah, there's always strange things going on. It's just before nobody had a way to share it.
I'm just gonna say, like, I'm not gonna be one of those people who just, like, gonna whip their phone out and record.
No.
I almost always just react to a situation and just either either I leave it or
Yeah.
I just witness it and then I just go home.
I
That's
look at it and laugh, and if it's around long enough, I take a picture to send to you most of the time.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's my process. Yeah. So, the 13-foot, 8.5-inch male gator was humanely killed and removed from the water with the assistance of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Committee.
Wait. The whole headline makes it sound like they went like on a fucking crusade to get this damn thing.
They had to hire a whole squad of knights to come in. It was a big situation. They took the body of this the lady from the previous story and tied it to a post, see if they could lure it from the water. Just
like
wait,
a boom
they were
mic.
waiting with lances.
Just all
they're
stabbing in
guaranteed to get
unison.
Juan says purses and shoes for everyone. Yeah,
People gonna be looking.
a 13-foot gator. That's
a big ass. But what's okay? I'm interested to hear more. As I'm wondering if they killed it because it's got a taste for human blood.
Well, that's what I was going to ask too. I'm curious if the doc could shed some light on this for us at some point. Like the idea, like they normally will kill the animal if it hurts, especially if it kills a person.
Yeah.
Is it just revenge, or is there
Right, is it a
some sort
vendetta?
of is there some
Is it a blood feud?
medical reason? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess like we got to check for rabies with certain things. But
Yeah,
aside from that, you're just killing it because it hurts somebody, I guess.
It's I mean, it's almost just like you're treating it weirdly like another human being,
Right.
Like a capital
Exactly.
punishment.
Yeah, exactly right.
We can't trust you to walk around in society not killing people.
Good thing you don't have
Sorry.
any rights. You know?
Yeah, this will be real quick
Yeah.
and seamless.
Yep, this is how we want it.
It was an alligator, Your Honor. I swear it was, and he's just dressed in like all alligator.
yeah,
like, an alligator
exactly right.
suit
Yeah, with like an alligator cowboy.
with the teeth on the brim. I want that now. That's gonna be my fucking my new formal
That's it.
attire. I'll wear that to my wedding. Here comes the gator.
Yeah, you had to grease him down before he came up the aisle. It was starting to bind up. The pants get tight.
Just hits the whole time.
Well, the sheriff's office has identified the deceased person as 41-year-old Sabrina Peckham.
Damn.
Okay. The manner and cause of death is pending investigation. It's ongoing still. It's not known whether the alligator killed her, but the high-profile gator attacks on humans have left some Floridians on the edge. Back in February, an alligator killed an 85-year-old woman in Fort Pierce while she was trying to save her dog. We talked about that.
Wait a minute. What if there was a reverse blood feud that this gator's relatives know that he was just chowing down on an opportune meal
Maybe.
of an already dead person
Could have been
who
dead
was
already.
murdered by somebody else, and then they go and catch the original. They put it all together and
Going
they catch.
all back around. It's a Steven Seagal movie,
Yeah.
but with gators. I'm totally for that. I think that's exactly what's going on. And furthermore, I think that this Sabrina Peckham
Steven
woman, I think
Seagal.
that her father was the one that started killing gators in Florida, and so it's a whole blood feud. The children are going after the children.
It's like the cotton.
Gotta make
it's like
it
the
right.
coffin quilt.
Gotta make it's
And
exactly
that Steven
right.
Seagal movie is called Under the Sea Level.
Under the sea,
Under sea level.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Under
yeah.
the water table.
That's right. Yes. Well, it's still extremely rare for alligators to attack humans when unprovoked. According to a professor of wildlife ecology at the
What's
University of Florida.
provocation? Just
Yeah.
standing in their
Yeah.
way?
He's like, it's just a fucking alligator in a suit. Like, it's very rare.
As he slithers into a body of water. It's right after saying that.
There's just like a pool, like a shallow pool of water on the edge of the classroom. It just wades into. It's just his eyes are sticking up above the surface. You can
There's like a bunch of test papers all
floating in the water.
It just like skims right through.
But you can see like the suit under the water is still.
Slowly
Yeah.
drifting his way.
It took me a lot of work to become a professor of wildlife ecology. Well, when you go to the water's edge, you're in much more danger of drowning than you are of being bitten by an alligator.
I beg to differ, though.
Well,
These things are
but
ancient
that's not the
creatures.
that's not the alligator.
Right, well, yeah. Sorry.
Propaganda that they're trying to so they can continue to feed. They don't need to grow longer legs and run after you fast. You know?
Just come on and swim. The
Oh,
water's
the doc's
fine.
here. Oh, yeah. So okay. So when we're talking about this alligator that they don't know whether it killed this woman or it was just chomping down on some
Yeah,
available lunch
The
meat.
human remains were found in its mouth,
and
though.
so they killed it, right?
Yeah, like humanely, they said. though.
Yeah, right.
They-
Which means they like shot it in the head
But
with
does
like an
that-
elephant gun or something.
It's
like
at
that.
the way- with
That
the way
they just like made it swallow a grenade.
They hit it with a giant mallet.
Yeah, you're right.
Made it swallow a grenade. Just like a grenade wrapped in steak, and they just toss it in its open
Yeah,
mouth,
like, there we
like
go.
gator golf. Just fucking chuck it in there.
It's like a turducken, but they just shoved the C4 inside of it, just blew it into a little bit of gator bites.
I do really like the taste of the gator, so I'm not totally against
well,
it.
I mean, and it's all cooked too.
The way that these gator propaganda, though, go on though.
So the question is, Doc, is so when they kill these animals, is there any medical purpose to that aside from like rabies or whatever? Or are they just like, is it just a blood feud? Are they
Is it vengeance?
is it just killing for killing's sake? Is there? So just let us know about that.
Is it to like make the families, give them
You-
peace?
exactly right. Yeah,
or is
you
it
have
because
to
they pose a real
avenge-
threat?
Right,
you know?
right. We don't know.
Is
We
the
don't know.
idea that they get a taste for human flesh and that they can't ever go back?
It's the blood. It's the blood. They need the blood. It's the only way that they can sustain their ancient existence. It's what keeps the scales loose. It's
Now,
all
the
that
fact
blood.
The fact that these professionals were talking about that alligators are not as dangerous in the water as like drowning.
Yeah.
My childhood feels like a farce now for
Right.
another reason than it normally would.
Well, I mean,
The-
add it to the pile.
Gator golf and that alligator dentist game.
Oh yeah.
Where is the danger? If you're telling me it's not super unsafe to be
Yes.
around them.
Yeah. Okay. She missed the question. So when they kill an animal, aside from like rabies or something like that, are they doing it for a medical reason, or is it just they're just killing it,
vengeance.
just killing it for vengeance? That's what we want to know.
Why
Is there-
does alligator
What's
die?
the official stance on that? That's our question.
We need justice.
We
to
need
be
justice.
served.
Justice needs to be served. Is
There
exactly
was no
right.
due process.
That's right. There was no due process, and there was no process here either. A U.S. bound plane that took off from London last month
Okay.
with 4 damaged window panes.
Oh man, what airline is this?
including 2 that were completely missing.
Oh shit.
So
The fuck is this shit?
No one was injured by the window malfunctions, which appear to have been caused by the high-power lights used in a film shoot. The aircraft departed from London's Stansted Airport on October 4th, carrying 11 crew members and 9 passengers, all of whom are employees of the tour company or the aircraft's operating company. So there was
that's not a lot.
so it's still no commercial, I guess, passengers. It was all just the crew and all that good stuff. Well, the single aisle aircraft can seat 170 passengers, but the small group were all seated in the middle of the cabin, just ahead of the overwing exits.
Okay.
The missing windows weren't discovered until the plane was climbing an altitude of about 13,000 feet.
Oh, it's pretty fucking windy in here, isn't it?
Yeah. So
It's pretty windy, isn't it?
Let me tell you, my cigarette smoke's blowing all over the place.
I love that Michael Caine just entered the chat. My cigarette smoke is going everywhere.
I can't see a thing. Well, several passengers recalled that after takeoff, the aircraft cabin seemed noisier and colder than it usually is. Yeah, how about that? The crew member walked towards the back of the aircraft. He spotted a window seal flapping on the left side of the aircraft. That is the last thing you want to see is something flapping on the side of a plane while you're in the air.
This is covered on the Twilight Zone movie. With
Yeah.
the gremlin on the side of the plane played like the Terror is played pretty well by John Lithgow.
All right. Well, of course.
But that's not somewhere you want to have disturbances.
Yes, exactly.
I'm already
right.
terrified to be in a giant metal tube.
The plane already shakes as it is.
13,000 feet
Right,
in the air. But
right.
let this debunk the myth, though, the Hollywood myth.
Yeah.
that if a plane goes out of like a window goes out of an airplane,
Right.
you won't just get sucked through it, or some crazy shit won't have, like it won't cause chaos. Clearly, it was just like somebody had cracked their window on the highway.
Right.
Like,
That's
it's a little chilly in
like,
here.
oh, it's a little brisk.
Yeah,
Can we roll up the windows?
My papers are blowing around down there.
That's it. My toesies are getting a little cold.
Ooh,
my piggies are getting a little frosty. Well, the window pane appeared to have slipped down. He described the cabin noise as loud enough to damage your hearing.
Okay, well, that's a little bit more.
Yeah.
extreme.
So as the plane approached 14,000 feet, the pilots reduced speed and stopped their ascent. An engineer and a co-pilot went back to take a look at the window and agreed the aircraft should turn around immediately. The plane safely landed at Stansted after 36 minutes of flight time, during which the plane had remained pressurized normally, according to investigators. But after inspecting the plane from the ground, the crew discovered that the second window pane was also missing and that the third was dislodged. So here you can see that in the.
Oh yeah,
This is in the
In
image
these
here.
pictures.
2 of them completely missing. 1 just got the window open a little bit.
Yeah, fucking,
You know.
like you can see the little privacy shades.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only thing keeping
Right.
the air from
Yes.
completely going in.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess you shut those on your way down.
Some powerful things there. Yeah.
It's insane though. Like, it's just that. What's scary to me is there were essentially three missing broken windows.
It gets better.
These were all just crew people,
Right.
and this wasn't even for commercial flight. Which
No.
commercial flight turnaround time? I mean, everybody, if you've been on a plane or you've been in the airport, you
Right.
know your shit gets delayed. It's a mad dash. It's a rush. It's hurry up and wait.
That's it.
But then they're changing shit over real as fast as they can.
Yep.
How often are they checking on every aspect of the plane?
Mhm.
How thoroughly are they checking?
Yep.
I don't know. I won't claim to know because I don't work in the industry. But if anybody out there does know anything about
Yeah,
it,
let us know. Let us know about that.
Because clearly this is a demonstration of some severe oversight.
Yeah, it's a question of frequency. That's the main part of our question, because one shattered window pane was later recovered from the runway during a routine inspection. So they found the missing window panes on the runway way later. They're like, what's all this fucking glass doing out here? Maybe one of the planes crashed into the other. Maybe one of them hit the rear view mirror. God, I hate when that happens. Yeah.
Is John the bad guy drinking on the job again? Just dropping his bottles on the runway?
Well, the window may have been damaged by high-power floodlights used during filming on the day before the flight. The lights, which were intended to give the illusion of a sunrise, were placed from about 20 to 30 feet from the aircraft, shining at first on the right and then the left side of the craft for over 9 hours in total.
Damn, dude. Yeah.
So those lights do get really fucking hot.
Yeah, they
so
do.
that could very well have been. But the foam liner had melted away from at least one of the windows, and several window panes appeared to have been warped by the thermal heat. And that means that they were in the fucking air with these warped little holes in the side of the plane, just waiting. Just
it's good to know that there wasn't anyone like sucked out, but it does sound like
they would have lost the other pane then. But luckily it's double pane. It's not like an old farmhouse plane where they just have single pane glass like mine. Yeah. Oh, good old farmhouse planes.
Yeah, that's classic.
Take you where you need to go and give you some hay to sit on while you're getting there.
You got to sit next to a pig.
That's right. Well,
a rooster
it makes you
cawing at you when it's time
makes
to
you feel
land.
like you're on Southwest. So
we're all family here.
Bunch of cocks and fat pigs sitting around everywhere.
Well, we don't even get started with the smell.
Well, speaking of the animals, the doc has gotten back to us. Sometimes it's revengeance, like when Steve Irwin was killed by a manta ray and everyone wanted to try and hunt it down. Other people want to be able to safely study an animal for science's sake. So it all just depends.
Oh, okay. Still sounds kind of like there's not a very justifiable reason to kill.
Yeah.
This thing, who knows if it had murdered someone?
Right.
No, it's not murder, but had killed somebody.
It depends on whether the animal's in between you and the gun or not. I think
Right.
that's really the deciding factor. Well, speaking of being in front of the gun, an elderly couple were left in shock after realizing that their beloved garden ornament was something they weren't aware of. We all know that having a presentable home is a priority for many people, and gardening is just an extension of that. Whether you do it for fun or a hobby, or you're a serious landscaper, wanting to have the most standout decorations is absolutely understandable. But What happens when you decide to turn an old piece of metal into part of your decor and find that it's not as harmless as you initially thought?
This just goes to show, you just don't pick up strange things and put them in your
Well,
garden.
and especially when you're in a town or I guess a part of the world in which there were issues with world wars, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, where is this taking place?
Well, this is in England.
Okay.
I do believe.
Sounds like England's a little bit of a dangerous place to be this week.
So this is what happened to an elderly couple that decided to keep an active missile in their garden and proudly displayed it, believing that even if it was a missile, it probably had no charge.
Hey, I mean, it hadn't been detonated yet.
Well, so Cian and Jeffrey Edwards from Milford Haven, Pembrokeshire. Now it's
like everything sounds like it's either like a Harry Potter.
I don't know if it's the round doors or if the hairy toes. I don't know. One or the other.
Either they're living in hills fighting orcs, or they're casting spells running through walls. We're not sure
whatever it is, we're not sure, but they'll figure it out. We have faith in them. They've been here. They've been on their island longer than we've been on ours.
That's true. They should know.
Well, they said that they feel like it was a passing of an old friend when their bomb was detonated by a bomb disposal team.
Damn. So they took it and they did it dirty like that alligator.
And as you can see, it's right next to their fucking house here, right?
It might as well just be in their living room.
I bet you like little David the gnome came over. He was like, you know what, motherfuckers? You're gonna be stealing all my tea and crumpets, all my fresh honey and sweet boysenberry pies. I'm gonna put a fucking missile in your garden. How about
like
that?
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
And then there's like a Jesus analog comes out.
Shit!
Shit! I blew up on the cross for your fucking sins and shit. God, they blew me up. I actually, I would love, man.
Bunch of Christians walking around with bombs on their necklaces.
Yes. I want a reinterpretation of the Bible where Jesus came down during World War II and he didn't get crucified. He got blown the fuck up in Saving Private Ryan, body parts everywhere. And then the next day he comes back and they're like, what the fuck is this shit?
Just a mortar.
They're like looking at their like hand-rolled cigarettes, like what ended up in there. They're just like, holy fuck. Oh my fucking God. The horrors. I'll never be able to look my wife in the eyes again.
These are my cigarettes. I give them unto you.
Smoke these. They are my body.
There's no actual bells. That's the tinnitus from the explosions.
Smoke this. This is my breath. Oh man.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That would have been a cool reality.
Well,
also, I would have been way more inclined to believe it because it'd be way more fresh.
You
know?
I can immediately
Recent
interpret
history.
this through my culture.
Yeah, man, that'd be like 800 video games with all the same topics. Damn, man.
Oh, that's what Call of Duty's been missing.
That's
right.
There. Call of Duty.
Just need that Call of Duty savior.
Salvation.
That's it. Get working on that. Who's got them? EA Sports, whatever.
Ubisoft or whatever. I don't know who the fuck's got them anymore. Some greedy motherfuckers who.
Let's make that happen.
Yeah, come on.
Right away. Well, it dates back to the 19th century. This little explosive was used by Mrs. Edwards to smack her towel. Wait a minute, something is wrong.
What the fuck? I thought we were about to go into historical usage of this bomb.
I'm just reading it, and something is wrong here. Oh, I see.
Yeah, I know where we're going.
Wait a minute, I see. So they used to use this to smack their towels over to remove dirt after gardening.
Yeah.
That's why the paint is missing off the top of it.
Yeah, it's just like a little.
Okay. I was like, we're talking about a towel now. There's no towel in this image at all.
What's funny is that this bomb was used significantly more as a towel cleanser than it ever has been used as a human life cleanser.
Yeah, exactly.
By blowing people's body parts up into pieces.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what era. It's funny that it doesn't say that it either World War I or II. I don't know anything about enough about the weapons used. Well, okay, so World War I think did have planes, but I don't know if they were like dropping bombs. I would venture. I would wager a guess that it's World War II.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, so they actually don't talk about it in here. I'm
That's like the
skimming
most
through the article to
fascinating
see.
part.
But-
I wish they would have identified what kind of a bomb this was, so that they could give you some more history. Like, oh, this ended up over here. It was probably dumped by the Germans or whatever. Like,
Right. Well, so let's see what else they said here. So it all came to a head on Wednesday when police knocked on the door to tell them they had seen a bomb and they would need to call the Ministry of Defense as a precaution. Within an hour, the bomb squad would be there, and they came to deal with it the next day. Unable to sleep, the couple told them that the street might need to be evacuated, but they weren't sure. So eventually, she said, we didn't sleep a wink all night. It knocked us for 6 hours. I told the bomb disposal unit, we're not leaving the house. We're staying here. If it goes up, we're going up with it.
oh my god, they have
I've
so much
slapped every
loyalty.
towel in this house over top of that thing.
I guess that's what I want to know. Are they pro-Nazi because they wanted to go with the bomb?
They wanted to go with
because
it.
that was a weapon that I'm sure that their generational, their family tree, their lineage.
Unless somebody snuck off with it, though, it could very well have been a British, munition.
You think so?
It's possible. I
that
mean,
it just ended up in town somewhere.
But I mean, it's not, the island's not that big.
You don't think it's maybe like an undetonated dropped bomb that just never went off?
No, that to me looks like a shell. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But so they said that while the Ministry of Defense arrived the following morning, and removed the 64-pound naval projectile. So this is the kind of shit that they shoot out of these giant fucking cannons.
Damn.
The test proved that the bomb was indeed live. It was then covered with 5 tons of sand and detonated in a disused quarry.
Wow, that's kind of wild.
There you go. The couple said they were crushed, calling the bomb an old friend. It was
they could have at least fucking dug out the shrapnel and gave him a piece of it or something.
Yeah, who knows if anything was left after that.
Well, also what's weird is that I guess it's way riskier to try to like disassemble the bomb than it would be to just detonate it underneath of tons of sand.
Yeah, well,
which is still very strange to me.
Yeah, well, you just got to do it because it helps to compress all the the force.
It just kind of
yeah, right. It just makes a little
like
little jump instead of a huge explosion that sends fire into the sky.
I guess that's all you got to do is just have 5 tons of sand on hand.
That's just
if you ever if there's a naval torpedo.
Yeah,
across.
Well, according to Mr. Edwards, the Morris family found it in an interesting way. Here we go. We're going to get into a little bit of an origin story.
Right.
Said warships from the Royal Navy used to drop anchor in St. Bride's Bay and point their guns towards Broadhaven and open fire.
Where they live?
I'm guessing nobody lived there at the problem. I don't know. They used to use the sands for target practice. They'd make sure that there was no one on the sands, mind you. But he said, Pop Morris, who went around delivering lemonade, was going down to Broadhaven with his horse and cart, and he found the shell.
Okay.
So there you go. He struggled with it back up to the beach, put it on the back of his cart, had a very bouncy 7-mile ride back home.
Fucking God.
He plonked it up right in the front courtyard, and that's where it stayed. He said the bomb was later painted red to match the house.
Oh my God.
With the blood of thousands. Before the Edwards bought it back in 1982. He said we can confirm that on the 30th of November, that the troop responded to the request with the suspected item of the ordnance, and they said that they successfully detonated the bomb in the abandoned quarry. So there you go.
That's some silly bullshit.
You never know what you're going to find.
The guy who drug it up and brought it to the house knew. They must have known, because I mean, it was an area where they would routinely shoot their shells at just for the hell of it.
Just blow up the beach.
It's just fucking weird. But that's such a human thing to do too.
Sure
where they're
is.
like, look at this fucking thing. That's kind of cool.
This thing makes all kinds of boom noises.
It didn't blow up, so it must be all right. I guess this one they didn't pack it right or something.
Done the wet. We boomed the wet parts. Let's boom the dry parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you who needs to keep their parts where they belong. A customer has filed a lawsuit against the fast food chain Chopped.
What is this? I've never heard of this.
It's a salad
Chopped.
joint. Yeah, it's a salad place. Over a salad that she says contained a piece of the manager's finger.
Whoa! Oh no!
The lawsuit filed Monday by Allison Cozy of Greenwich, Connecticut, Greenwich, says alleges that whatever way you want to do it, whatever which you want to do it.
We just came from across the pond.
Whichever,
so
whichever way you want to go. Per Shire. So alleges that she bought a salad at the Chopped location at Mount Kisco on April 7th and realized while eating it that she was, quote, chewing on a portion of a human finger that had been mixed in as part of the salad.
How sharp are their little their blades that they're using to chop
It's in the
salads,
name. It's in the name. It's
Chopped.
they're super sharp. They use a slap chop too. That's the
I'll
hard
tell you what,
part.
it's called Chopped Creative Salad Company.
Yeah.
If that's not creative, I don't know what
They
is.
got real creative.
People's fingers in there.
Yeah, a little too creative. Well, Westchester County. Oh, wait a minute here. So, according to the suit, the manager at the restaurant accidentally severed a piece of her left pointer finger while chopping arugula.
Oh my fucking God. Okay, go on.
The manager went to the hospital, but the contaminated arugula was still served to customers, including to Cozy. So, Westchester County Health Department records show that Chopped was fined $900. It's almost an arm and a leg, but just a little piece of it. So Cozy
They
said,
were fined $900. That's it.
yes.
Really?
So, yeah. So Cozy said that the lawsuit that she suffered injures including shock, panic attacks, migraine, cognitive impairment, nausea, dizziness, and head and neck shoulder pain as a result of eating the contaminated salad. I chewed on a finger and I completely
I'm the
debilitated.
victim. I deserve all the money. I'm the one who got harmed the most.
She is seeking an unspecified amount of monetary damages.
Okay, I'll granted, it's disgusting.
Yes,
it's horrific.
Sure.
I wouldn't want to be, but at the same time, I would feel so. I feel like way more sympathetic and sad for the person who chopped their fucking finger off, and then they're freaking out.
A pointer finger, no less.
And then they don't go looking to find the finger. I mean, like, I would be like, you find that person's finger because it couldn't have gone off that far.
Right.
Look, either don't work at Chopped and/or don't eat at Chopped. I would recommend
going on here. Yeah.
Not at that particular one in Greenwich, Connecticut.
Yeah. Don't stay away from the Greenwich. Yeah.
What kind of a Greenwich is a really good name for a salad company that's putting human body parts.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that works. Meals. It's definitely applicable.
But like, oh man, just that what kind of a work culture do you have to have where like they don't even stand, like, go behind and try to
sweatshop
fingers,
salads. That's what you're looking at here.
It's all too common.
Sorry, move along.
Sweatshop salads.
Drop them off at the hospital.
Salads.
Drop them off at the hospital. Make sure you cut off all their fingertips so they can't ID them.
Just slow down and kick them out of the car on your way. Come back. You got a shift to finish.
Yep. No names, no phone numbers. You know the rules.
Part of a fucking heist.
It's part of the code of conduct. No names, no phone numbers.
And whatever ends up in the salad bowl gets delivered to the customer.
Go straight to the hungry mouths
that you have
to feed. That's
We're creative here.
You're being creative, aren't you?
Light bulb breaks and falls in the salad.
Who cares? Chop it up.
Chop it up.
That's right. We're not here to change light bulbs.
They only fine us $900. Who cares?
Who cares? We don't have strainers.
It's a small price to pay for the art of creativity.
That's right. Let me tell you what.
we can't afford strainers.
All we have are
not
knives.
with all these fines.
I'll tell you what, we can't afford another minute of this episode. That's why we'll see you next time. Another episode of Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt.
That's it, folks.
That's all you got.
L'chaim. That's right.
We got all, hopefully, barring any unforeseen circumstances, we got episodes every week this month.
Who knows? Who knows what might happen?
Maybe. And we got another two-headed horror episode.
That's right.
Soon.
That's right. Prepare yourself for 2 more heads.
We're preparing ourselves.
And you know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of mess.
Messy.
Lots of mess.
Real messy.
All righty, internet people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
For being.
Thank you for your attention.
That's
Thank
right.
you for your life energy. We feel it.
That's right.
We're just suck it up
like an energy vampire, like a Colin Robinson over here.
Colin Robinsons of the internet.
Yeah, that's right. We love it. We love it.
I feel like the unfunniness of our content is like draining.
Yeah, it definitely is that way at certain points. I find myself listening to old episodes, and in between the jokes, I'm just like,
this sucks. it's all that in between like the jerking off and joking around that, you know, that's where our lives usually,
right.
that's what we usually are
This
living.
is what we love. It's what we love. I mean, and I
We're just-
contribute. Matt contributes with like non sequiturs and like random conversation, and I contribute by using the same 12 phrases all the time.
Yeah, I love
That's
it.
great.
The
That's-
more like I do find an appeal to that though, when I'm like dealing with people like random people I don't really want to deal with. I
Yes.
just kind of keep my stock phrases in there.
that's- Oh my god, it's
And
so
you just
good.
you don't pay attention. It just works.
Yep.
It's like small talk basically. You know,
Exactly.
people always say the same things.
Pre-programmed.
It's
Well, it'll, you know, it's got to get better eventually.
gotta get. Hey,
I'm sure it'll be fine.
they're just these platitudes.
Right,
they,
exactly
work,
right.
they work all the time in every
But
instance.
everyone, it signifies disconnect. Disconnect.
You are not crossing this fence, but I can see you through it.
Go.
Keep going. Keep
Get
going.
out of
Keep
here.
moving.
Get out of here. Juan's asking if the orifice is coming. Yes, Juan. You know
The
it.
end of the year
at
is
any possible moment, but
End of the year's
the
quickly
orifice
approaching.
report is also yes. We
That's
will we will have that all together and ready for January.
It's
So we can-
fascinating to see what people get stuck in where.
Yeah, it's great. I can't wait. It's absolutely my favorite time of year. I don't know. We love you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.